Well, hey there, everybody. It's Chris from Rate the Record. It's been quite a little while now since I've properly done one of these NMR new music review videos. It is 2026 now. It has been for a little bit, so I might as well get the first one off the ground finally. And because it's been a little while, this very episode of the NMR, I have 6 new songs I'm going to take a look at. I usually do 4. I'm going to do 6 just to throw an extra couple in there. Why the hell not? So I have opinions on these brand new songs. I want to hear your opinions too. We can talk about this fantastic stuff. So we can get started in just a moment. But of course, first I step over here to remind you that if you like what you see and or hear today, there's one thing, a bunch of things, or all the things I'm about to list that you can do to help show your support for the show. And it is the following: like, subscribe, rate, share, comment, and follow. 6 quick, free, easy things right now, a little later, whenever you feel comfortable doing it. Your support means the world to me, so thank you very much for choosing to do that. And now let's talk about some new music. So first up on the list, we have the band Sunn. Some people call them Sunn O, and there's a bunch of brackets in the name, but I think they just go by Sunn anyways. Regardless, brand new song came out recently called Glory Black. To the surprise of nobody who's even remotely aware of this band, this is kind of a heads up if you haven't heard it yet. This is like a 10-minute song of just sludgy, droning doom metal, so if you weren't ready for that, chances are you're probably not ready to jump into it, but this band is known for very long songs in this style, so what more could you possibly expect? Now, aside from the sludgy guitars and just like the abundance of droning that the song does, there is kind of this brief period of time towards the middle of the track where it breaks down even more minimal of layers of just like piano. There's like light droning textures which just kind of continue to draw the entire thing out until it finally picks back up to its guitars. And overall, I guess I'm just going to leave it there. It's a 10.5-minute track of a very slow marching type of thing going on here. This isn't typically the type of thing that I would probably go back and revisit too often. I mean, it has its place, it has its fans for sure. But like, this definitely falls outside of the realm of those songs that you just kind of pop in and play as you go. But I think that's obviously kind of the point for a song and even a band like this. So take that to heart, check it out if you want, just make sure that you have time for it. Because again, it's a very long track and each track on this album is also very long. Coming up next on the list, we have Morrisey, everyone's favorite human being. Morrisey has a brand new album out. I believe it's out now. A brand new track, regardless, called Makeup Is a Lie. And you know, I was actually going to review this song about like a week ago. I could have released this whole NMR about a week ago. But then I had this like weird itch on the bottom of my foot. I had to sit down and scratch it. So I decided to cancel the review. But I did reschedule it for a couple days later. I was going to eventually record it. But then when I got around to recording, I kind of had to pee. So when I went to do that, I came back to my desk and I was like, I'm just not feeling it now. I'm completely off. Just whatever. I had to pee and my mind was occupied. So I canceled that too. Finally rescheduled it for today. Finally getting around to that review of Morrisey. Hold for those of you who got the joke. Realistically, with the song though altogether, I mean, there are very small certain things I did like about this track. I mean, I do like the percussion in the verses and like the little bits of atmosphere you can kind of pick up from that. But other than that, it was just very bland and underwhelming. I don't know. It's not that I was expecting to be blown away by anything Morrisey does. I haven't really been blown away by anything he's done since the Smiths. So I guess my feelings aren't hurt. I mean, I got kind of what I was expecting. So quite simply, overall to put it, this isn't worth it, just like Morrisey. I know I've probably pissed a few people off just by going off on him like that, but really, who in their right minds these days hasn't gone off on Morrisey for one reason or another? Third up on the list today, we have the band Alter Bridge, brand new song out now called Scales Are Falling. Moving through this nearly 6-minute prog metal track has some ups and downs to it for sure. I mean, like the progression and the flow of the track are really smooth, so I like how the way everything unfolds and turns out. So that's definitely a plus for it. I think ultimately everything kind of goes over pretty well for this track, but I think the biggest problem is it just, I don't know, it feels a little cheesy. Like maybe it's a little too on the nose with like a lot of its progisms and stuff like that in its production and composition. It just reminds me of other songs I've heard in this style by other bands who have been doing this for a long time too and everything like that. Just, I don't know, there wasn't a lot about this one that kind of stood out to me to make me be like, oh, this one's definitely better. And not that I'm trying to compare it to other tracks, but just at the same time, when it does nothing but remind me of other songs by other bands, like i.e. like Dream Theater and Porcupine Tree and stuff like that, I mean, what else can I do? Now, overall, I can say, like, it does sound fine, don't get me wrong, I didn't necessarily hate the song or anything, but again, just because I'm reminded so much of, like, so many other songs that fall under this particular type of umbrella and everything like that. And this one doesn't really do anything to stand out over those. It doesn't really do anything to put itself out to make me think, yeah, this is the song I'll think of, like as compared to any other one that sounds like this style. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm trying to say that I like this song, but not enough to really push it forward, you know? It couldn't even push itself forward. Number 4 on the list today, we have the band Dry Cleaning with a song called Joy. It's a band that's known for their post-punk and spoken word styles of presentation and composition in their tracks, and this one is no different from that. Now, I can say that it's a very bouncy track, but then again, there's also not a lot of energy to it too, but if you listen to it, you'll hear what I mean. It is still kind of fun. It still feels very warm in its alternative and again, post-punk style of production. And also even going back to the spoken word thing I mentioned earlier, most of the song is in spoken word. There is a little bit of singing here and there. And I honestly think that using spoken word on an instrumental like this actually suits far more than I thought it would have originally. Because with the way that the instrumentals are, I feel like more singing probably could have done it a lot better. But then hearing the song the way it is now, everything just suited really well. It fit, and I kind of like it for that. It's a fairly short song too. It's just under 3 minutes, but I think it gives you enough to comfortably be able to get through and just enjoy for what it is. You don't have to expect a whole lot from it. I think that's kind of the best part, because there's not tons. If it was to extend itself to like 4 minutes, for example, I think it would have stretched, but this is perfect the way it is. And overall, I'll say that it's actually quite pleasant. I really did enjoy this one more than I thought I was going to. Not that I thought I was going to dislike it, but I did indeed like this one. It's just something a little fun, a little simple, and it's really easy on the ears too, so that definitely doesn't hurt. It helps, it doesn't hurt. That's what I meant to say. So definitely check this one out. The penultimate track this week, number 5, we have YUNGBLUD and the Smashing Pumpkins with the song Zombie. Now, I don't really know YUNGBLUD all that well, so I didn't know that he already released a song called Zombie, his own original one. See, what I thought was YUNGBLUD was going off the massive success of his cover of Changes by Ozzy, and so he decided to cover the Cranberries' Zombie with the Smashing Pumpkins, but obviously that's not the case. It's the original one. So yeah, this only partially counts as a new song, as the other one came out a little while ago last year. This is just a new version of an already previously released track, as I said. So I listened to both to get a feel for both, and I can say that realistically, the only main differences in this version as compared to the original is this one's a little heavier, and then of course again you have the Smashing Pumpkins backing him up, and then Billy Corgan doing vocals as well. He has his own verse to do and does backup vocals. So that's pretty much where the similarities lie, the differences lie. Everything else is pretty similar. The progression, the style of it, and everything like that is still pretty much note for note. It hits a lot of typical pop rock cliches too, which I'm not too surprised about, especially because this one too is a little bit closer to a rock ballad, especially given its lyrics about, you know, fighting away self-doubt and negative thoughts and everything like that. Like, the sentiment to it is nice, but other than that, instrumentally and compositionally, it hits a lot of the cliches dead on the nose. Overall, you know, I'll say that it's not terrible. It's definitely not my thing, but I can see the appeal of a track like this too. Instrumentally, lyrically, however you want to look at it, it's fine. Personally, I never got the hype behind YUNGBLUD, and I still don't. I don't hate the guy. Obviously, he's doing very well for himself, and a lot of people like him for reasons. But I mean, this is a nice enough track. It has good intentions, and he seems to be doing well for himself, making a lot of friends in the industry. So we're gonna hear more stuff like this. That's fine too. So it's not a terrible track, just not my thing. And finally, on the list today, we have the band The Beaches, and I thought the last song was a cover. This one is definitely a cover. I Ran So Far Away, originally done by Flock of Seagulls, of course. Honestly, this is kind of a fun, updated take on that classic track too. Still very much tonally and stylistically in the framework of the original. You still have that punchy beat, the very plucky instrumentals. It's just really catchy all around to listen to. I will say this though, as compared to the original, the vocals sound a hell of a lot more involved. If you listen to the original, and you probably have, because who the hell hasn't heard that song commercially or just on your own. But regardless, the vocals sound a lot more involved in the original. The original was just kind of like a straight take with no real dynamic to it or anything like that, which, I mean, it's fine. It's still iconic in its own right. But this one, there's more texture, more dynamic. Just, it feels like it's feeling the song more than the original that did. That's the best kind of way I could possibly put it. It does make me appreciate the original more now, however, so that's good news. And overall, I can easily say that I dig it. I really do. I had more fun with this one than I thought I was going to. And there's not really much more I can say about the track, because if you heard the original, this is pretty much what you're getting in this version. It's still fun. It's still catchy. I think it lives up to it. So Great job to the Beaches. I say check this one out. It's good. And that's all I have for the new music review this week. 6 songs are done, tied up nicely, placed as a gift in a box, whatever the hell I'm talking about. But thank you very much for joining me, hanging out, and checking out these songs. And if you did indeed check out these songs, let me know down in the comments below of what you thought about them. Do you like these songs? Do you hate these songs? Do you agree or disagree with me? What new songs are you listening to right now? All that and more down in the comments below. I am genuinely curious to hear all this stuff and your opinions and everything like that. I know every YouTube channel says, oh, leave your comments. I'd love to read them, blah, blah, blah. I actually will. I'll actually do it. So, I mean, go ahead. I'm curious to know what you want to say. And of course, you can find other places to tell me what you want to say over at ratetherecord.ca. That is ratetherecord.ca. The streaming links, the social media links, the RTR album chart for the podcast, see all the scores for every album reviewed, and of course the RTR Club. If you want to financially donate to the show, it's optional, but the option's indeed yours. So go ahead and do that. I really appreciate it. But don't worry if you can't. All content is always free. That's just to help boost the show a little more. But if you want to do that, it can be found at ratetherecord.ca. Obviously, the channel was off for a little bit of time, kind of going through the holidays and then into the new year and everything like that. But don't worry, the podcast will be back far sooner than later. I'm already working on the next episode now. I didn't spoil it at the end of the year last time when I did the NMR top list and everything like that towards the end of 2025. But I'll tell you now, the next episode I'm working on, this is going to be a doozy. But I'm going to work on Limp Bizkit and their album Significant Other, an album that I used to have as a kid and was taken away less than a day later from my parents because they didn't like the language in that album. Ooh, naughty, naughty shit. Anyways, I can tell you more about that when I actually do the review for the album. That should be coming up far sooner than later, definitely before the end of January, so stick around for that. I'm excited to dig into that one. It's been a long time since I've actually listened to that album. But yeah, aside from the new episode that's going to be coming out hopefully very soon, if you missed the top 5 video for the NMR of 2025, you can go back and check that out. I also did an honorable mentions video, which I think had like 11 songs in it. So really, there are 16 really good songs that you can check out between those 2 videos. 2025 had a lot of great music in it, so hopefully you have some opinions on those as well. And then yeah, that's all I got for you right now. Other than that, I'm rambling. So one more time, thank you very much for joining me. Until I see you next, go listen to even more awesome new music. Take care, friends.